Hey guys, this is Dan with Gears and Gadgets. Thanks for tuning in. So I actually have no idea where I am right now, but on the highway I saw this mountain off in the distance. Thought I'm gonna go ride towards that. So let's go see what we can see. This video is well, it's the challenge, the 2020 Sucked Challenge, which John's Moto Garage nominated me for. Thanks, John. Appreciate that. And the whole concept is actually to flip the script a little bit to talk about positive things, you know, like everything sucked in 2020, but what was positive. But for this video, I actually kind of thought about it, and I'm like, you know, I kind of have to go into a little bit more of the 2020 sucked part of it before I can go and kind of say the positive. And the reason for that is that it's really hard for me to come out of 2020 with, you know, the small positive takeaways for me and my family, which, yeah, we're okay, everything's good, but we actually lost the guy at work this year, and it feels kind of weird for me to come out and say, you know, well, you know, it sucked, as if to minimize it, and then just kind of say, like, well, at least it was good for me. And this is something I thought about for a couple days. Now, to be honest with you, truth be told, I thought about this since he passed away back in August. And his name was Leander Garcia, and I'm not here to come off as if like he was a good buddy of mine. I barely knew him, but what I did know of him was that I saw a lot of me in him. It wasn't just an 85-year-old pre-existing condition, COVID gets in and wreaks havoc kind of thing. Yeah, he was my age and similar health from what I can tell, and it just kind of hit home, and to be totally honest with you, redirected my entire thought process of COVID and my actual handling of everything from that point forward. I'm going to link down below a GoFundMe, and if you guys could throw a couple bucks, it'd be great. Again, I thought about doing this back in August, but it just, I don't know, I don't really handle things like that all that well, and didn't know how to handle it or what to do with it, but I just thought this video, before I get into feeling any sort of sense of good out of my life, that I acknowledge the loss of somebody that, be it I only worked with for a couple days personally, seemed to be well respected and well liked. And you know, we had talked about even this YouTube channel briefly, and he was telling me places that I should go ride in California, these bridges and stories and stuff like that. So it just kind of humanized the whole thing to me. So with that being said, guys, you know, as far as 2020 sucking, sure, it did. There was a lot of negative, a lot of unrest, a lot of just anxiety, and it's across the board everywhere. I mean, you turn the news on and it's just people smashing things on every end of the spectrum. I think there was just a lot of chaos and powder keg type of mentality. So for me, my takeaway is I actually kind of left 2020 with a sort of like enough is enough mentality. I'm done. And that's one thing that I feel is a personal accomplishment for me, I guess, is just trying to get off of that pedestal of angry or I know what I know, so therefore it is, narrow mindset. So that's a positive for me. I kind of left 2020 just like, deep breath. It's not the end of the world. On either end of the spectrum, this country is awesome. You know, I get to get out here on a Saturday morning and just ride and appreciate all that is the beauty of the world. And for that, I am grateful. Yeah, I'm lucky that my family has been unscathed by, for the most part, the pandemic, and that it goes for health and careers. There was a lot of instability because of that, and the people that I know were not really affected all that much. and that's a really good thing. If you have your health, then you don't really need anything else, and that is very true. So I'm lucky for that. Now, the third thing, again, so number one is basically just the fact that I feel a sense of accomplishment, that I kind of personally brought myself down a couple notches. Number two, health, family. And number three is this channel, guys. This channel is something personally for me that is a huge accomplishment. Several years ago, people that saw me doing this probably thought that I was a lunatic, and maybe still do. That's fine, but the fact that this channel is pushing 20,000 subscribers in 2021 is pretty incredible to me, especially for the fact that I'm not niched down, so to speak. I'm kind of all over the map with my content, and a lot of you guys have voiced your support in that, and I genuinely appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I really do. So those are my positives of 2020. When it comes to calling people out to do the same thing, what I'm going to do is AZ Desert Dog. I was actually just watching one of his videos this morning, and I always appreciate his content. He actually rides around here, but he's off-road and doing things that I kind of want to get into in the future on this channel. I just don't have the bike to do it right now, but I would like to start doing some off-road stuff. And then somebody else that may not be on your radar is Watch JR Go. Watch JR Go is somebody I've been following since, I want to say he had like 50,000 subscribers, and now he's like 250,000 something, somewhere crazy. But I watched his journey, and we're very different people, I think, but I see a lot of the same drive that he has. I relate to it. And when he lost his job and became a full-time YouTuber, I was rooting for him, and I'm really happy to see. I mean, now he just bought this enormous warehouse, and he's doing all this crazy content, and he's at a level that is aspirational or inspirational, and I appreciate his content. So what I'm asking is that he hops on the HypeWing. He has a gold wing that was controversially wrapped in camo. The next guy, John Maxwell. John, get out on your heritage. Stop wrenching on bikes for, even if it's just an hour, and go out and ride around in some of those beautiful scenic areas around, around your shop or around your house. And get out and just kind of talk about and reflect on 2020 and where you're at with everything. I know, again, super busy people that have just more going on than I can possibly fathom, but people that I truly respect in this space and would love to see them for a second just kind of detach from the normal and get out, go ride, fire up the cameras, and just kind of have a bit of a therapy session, I guess you'd say. A lot of this moto vlogging for me, and I'm sure a lot of people feel the same, can be like somewhat therapeutic at times. And for what you guys see out here, this beautiful scenery, you could say, and I've seen in the comments down below, like, man, when I get out and ride, I don't want to be recording stuff. I just want to get out and ride. Well, what you don't realize is that this video is only a small portion of the rest of what this ride is for me. So I am going to sign off in this video, and if you want to call this work, clock me in, because it doesn't get any better than this. That being said, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks, John from John's Moto Garage, for nominating me for this 2020 Sucked Challenge. Again, I've linked the Leander GoFundMe down below. If you guys can throw a couple bucks to support his family or help support his family, I would appreciate it, and I'm sure they would as well. And with that being said, guys, if this is your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. See you guys next time.